line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready.
A special day and a special world that we live in, and it's all thanks to the great men and women that have come before us and come to our world. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Stroud, joining you guys here today, live in Bristol, Tennessee, here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And tonight, or today I should say, under the hot skies here of Tennessee, we are now presenting you the Legends 34 Series race from the Push the Limits Racing League as they keep their campaign going with a little bit more fun under the sun and a little bit of a half-mile long banked-in track to make things just a little bit more interesting. So again, let's get this out of the way. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there, and thank you to our men and women out there that have served your country and served us to help keep this country and our world safe from the doers and the bad evil that comes before us. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we cannot say this enough, but thank you for your service, your commitment, and dedication you bring. And we hope you enjoy this little show we got going on today from these Push the Limit Racing boys and girls. So field is getting right now set to go here. We're currently done with the qualifying times right now here. The qualifying sessions have kind of completed up. Here's how everyone looks on their starting lineup. Very interesting times here. About 17.77 was the time to beat. Tyler Ork tied there with Kahn, but a thousandth of a second difference between him and Kahn there will be the starting gun there. Chantel Paddle, though, bringing out a nice little top 5 start here. She goes third in qualifying. She needs it after her horrible break last night. Kevin Baker, once again, showing improvement and vastly keeping speeds up. The A7 going to be tough to tame today. Colleton, though, also coming away here with the 5th spot, top 5 for him. So going to be interesting to see how it all plays out for him. Then, of course, Crawford getting into that 6th run, 7th being Warren Young. He's had multiple wins here on our series, and he's looking to go triplicate here with this one today. Moynihan right now on the 77 as well. Going to be another guy to watch out for, as he currently will pilot in the 9th, and then the 10th slot will be with that 72 machine as well. That will be 71, rocketed by Keith Long. You'll see him a little bit later on right now as we're getting set for the qualifying session to complete and into the race. Presented by the Racing Group. Here's your grading order today. It is Tyler Ork, your number 1 starter in the 8, with Kahn on the outside in the 21. And run number 2, it's Chantel, the throttle pod in the 5, with Kevin Baker, the man who bakes up the apple turnovers on the track in the A7. And he'll start in 4th. And run number 3, Brian Colleton in the 13. His outside is Garrett C. Crawford in the big 69. Run number 4, Warden Young in the 9. His outside, Daniel Moynihan in the 77. Run number 5 is going to be Kevin Menepace in the 42. His outside, Keith Long in the 71. And run number 6 is going to be Cody McRae in that 28. And then Tennessee man himself with his outside being old Sparky, Dustin Stoneacre in the number 50. Run number 7. Piloted up there will be Julian Conde in the 18's outside, Stanley Pottle in the 48. Final starters, Matthew Hoffert, the 84, with Mike Rideout in the 76. And the field will get structurally ready to go here on PTM Racing TV. The Legend Series of 16 drivers on this track are now set in. And I just want to know whose bright idea was it to get these things on this track. I've seen them race at Lanier. I've seen them race at USA International. I've raced them myself, and I can't recall last time we ever put these things on a track that NASCAR usually runs at their full torques. This is either going to be a show or this is going to be a show. That is all I'm going to tell you, people. But this should be a good one, nevertheless. Field coming up from the grades, off from the Wrapz here, looking to get ready to fire them up down on the track here. We are locked and loaded here now for the action, and as the field gets settled off down into the turns, to turn 2 to the back straightaway, pace car will bring him in around for one more time by. 75 laps of the distance here. It is going to be a battle of proportions, a battle of brigades. The field will bring him off down turn 3 and 4. With everybody looking at hard, charging their way around off downtown here. Tennessee, if you're ready, we're ready for you too. This is for the men and women out there who served us well. Let's enjoy ourselves, have fun, let's race. Well, I said have fun, I didn't say get kind of a little too close together for their own liking. Men at pace now having a little troubles there in the 42, got a little bit squared off on the end. Top side goes the drivers here moving away. And it looks like, unlike normal NASCAR these days here, it looks like the drivers actually can run the bottom lane and stick to it. So that means, you know, well, I think at this point you guys know what it means at this point. There may be some bumps and there may be some rubbing in there, and you know what that's going to go for. Bristol, Tennessee has been known to give us quite a show or two here. We may see that today as Warren Young right now moving up the chains of the 9 with Kevin Menapace in the 42 now moving fight back into position. Cody McRae in that 28 getting a great charge off. Down in the 28 machine, gets it right around past the 13, Brian Colton and Mike Wright out in the 76. Colton up top right now with Dustin Sonaker and the big old 5-0s, the Smurfs 50. Trying to stay out of trouble and trying to be a little bit of a smurfer up there to the front. The 84 Matthew Hoff right now pounding down on the back end there, looking to try to garner some speed, garner some control here as well as the drivers continue to muscle their way around. Chantel Bottle on the outside, they're looking for a runoff on Tyler Orrick. Orrick not giving him very much room though. Bit of an interesting little get up here. It looks like drivers are actually drafting and pushing pretty hard here to get up into that bracket, up closer to the field, but they're also trying to run the extreme bottom lane there on the bottom side of this entire track. Again, there's not a lot of horsepower that goes into these Legend 34s compared to, you say, the normal street stocks, a late model, or heck, even the super late models. But there is one thing, is that they can push, they can shove a little, so that might be a difference maker. Chantel Pau getting a little bump there to the 8 of Orrick as he continues to block his line and block his lane. He doesn't want nothing to do with losing anything here. You can see how low they're getting though off these corners. They still have to watch a little bit for the long haul, because if they get a little too close to that exit, a little too close to those aprons, well, let's just say it doesn't exactly take a scientist to realize what happens next. That car is going to hit a flat spot, and when you're flat lining that track there, it's going to be a lot harder to hang on to. Uh-oh, trouble down there. Look out below. Kevin Baker, the 7, smash stab in the middle, and the 84 Hoffer goes for a wild ride on the front stretch. Well, I was just about to say that Kevin Baker may be able to serve up the apple turnovers and make the pass here late into the run, but that didn't quite go according to plan. Presented by Premier Racing Setups, here is your PTM Instant Replay. And if I had to be a betting man, I'm going to bet $5 that Khan had something to do with it. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the back end there of Khan there as he was coming off that corner there and taking there with the number 87. Yeah, you can just see how tight it is around these corners. Baker drives up a little. Khan's got the rear end locked, but that's not locked. That's just, watch out. And Khan will serve the EOL now. He will be put to the back of the outhouse. You've been a naughty boy there, the race officials tell him. Time to take a listen in with some of our drivers right now here and have a listen with some of these guys, see how they're feeling on the track. Right now we are joined by the number 28 of Cody McRae, and McRae, bit of a home field advantage, home state track here, but rocking the big old red, white, and blue. How's it feel out there today?
Just trying to have some fun out here. I mean, We got a little bit of horsepower in this short track, so it kind of feels like Daytona and Talladega. But we're going to see if we can get this 28 Ford machine up there for the win for the first time in this league. So trying to have fun and see what we can do out here.
For sure there. Now, I have to ask you as well, how difficult is it to kind of keep around the bottom end with these cars and the bankings as well?
I mean, it's pretty easy to stay to the bottom, but longer run race, you might drift up some, but you try to stay to the bottom too so you don't lose position.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, McGray, appreciate you coming on board here, and thank you for your time here in your home track.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cody McGray there as he pilots up on the track here. Well, it's time to take it down now and talk with Moynihan here as he now joins me in the 77. Moynihan, I hope you're doing all right tonight there, buddy.
Yeah, dude, I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident in this track and in this car. Hopefully, pulling out another top 5. At least I'm hoping.
Now, that being said, I mean, I got to ask you how difficult is it right now to kind of get a pass, much as get anything going? It seems like old Bristol's kind of come back with a vengeance.
Oh man, it's definitely tough with these cars. You can't really get a run on anybody, even in 3, 4, 5 car draft train. You really just gotta wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake, and you gotta capitalize on it.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Moynihan, we do appreciate you coming on board here, and hopefully our producers have said that we've now got your last name spelled right.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy down there.
All right, thanks, brother.
Moynihan, ladies and gentlemen, there on the call list there. We're about ready to get back to the action here and back down to the track. The field is getting set to go after Khan's little mishap there. Khan having to serve it back in the back here, so he'll go to the end of the lines here. Keith Long in 71, Matthew Hoffer in the 84, and Kevin Baker now moving back up into the chains. The field is set back to go here, back by the race in action here as we'll field them off down around on to turn number 4. Off the corner distance here, the bankings of turn 4. We are ready to get back to the action here on the front straightaway. Green flag up, green flag down. Let's go race. Hey, it looked like Stanley Powell there on the 48 did not get a start out of the gate. Looked like he had a little bit of problems coming down. Gets the power back underneath him though now. Has to start to really make way for the tankers and get this thing on the road. We've seen these legend cars pretty much in everything at this point. Asphalt ovals, dirt ovals, a road course. Yeah, we had a road course race for these things. And if I remember right, if those Moonshiner Rallycross leagues have anything to say for it, they've also given us a Rallycross / dirt road configuration race. And I'm still trying for the life of me to figure out how the heck that even worked or how the heck they even did it. And I tried it for myself. My back is still hurting a little bit from it. Justin Sonaker in the 50 opening the door up down for the top lane there. Gives the bottom up there to Chantel Pottle. Maybe trying to look at the long-term strategy. Remember, Sonaker does have a race win here. Not on the PTM Racing TV side, but does have a win here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Actually took me down, by the way, on that race. Beat us all out in an Xfinity Series car back on NASCAR Heat 4. Full credit to him there for his race, but it's been a long, long time since we've been in that shoe and we've been in that position, and he knows it too. He's really trying to make something work here with this positioning and this control with these kind of cars here on these tracks. Crawdad there and Garrett C. Crawford right now trying to get a run up on the Ada target, Tyler Orkin. You know, I don't mean to be a bullseye here, or to mean to be a not mean guy, but Oric, with a Target logo like that on the back of your hood, you're just asking for somebody to literally put you into the bumpers here, because that is like the perfect Target scenario to really have in front of you, man. I'm just saying. Warren Young in the number 9, though, right now he's currently the big name right now that everyone's watching out for. He was a guy that has gone back to back on PTM Racing TV with the Talladega races. He's looking to continue that hot streak today, looking to go big or go home. Speaking of going big or going home, Crawford gets the bumper working. It's old Bristol here. It may not be with the cars you're used to, but it certainly works. Legend Series thrown up, or to the top side. Warren Young moving to the bottom and taking full control. Garrett Crawford is your new leader. We've got a new leader, and we got a battle right up to the brigades here. Race hands. Warren Young still trying to get right out of there with Crawdad there. Crawford trying to hold on. Julian Conde in the 18 representing his military serviceman U.S. Army machine as he works and deals with that power, the speed of the 21 Econ and that rattlesnake slash horsepower 21. I don't even want to get into that. And that 5 of Chantel Throttle Bottle, who really trying to forget about last night. Whoa, speaking of forget about things, I think Kevin Baker may want to forget about this one. Came off of turn number 4, and you saw what I talked about earlier. You don't want to go into that apron. That's a flat spot, and that's no man's land with this thing. He gets set back in, and he goes straight to the water barrels down there, and unfortunately, that's all but going to slow down the momentum. Baker has refired it, but that one slowed him up tremendously, unfortunately. A lot of time wasted and lost just from that little hit alone. Kevin Menapace, the number 42 right now, currently moving the chains up 5 spots up here as he started 9th. He's currently in 4th. But now has Tyler Orrick putting the target on his back here. It looks like he's trying to do something to that Monster Energy Johnny Cash scheme down there. Wait a minute, is this actually Johnny Cash on that car? Hold on, proof, so give me a camera angle on that one. Well, I'll be darned, look at this. I'm not going to say what's on the back with Johnny Cash and what he's doing. You guys can use your brain cells for that, but I think Orrick might be not too happy he's behind Menapace. I'm just going to say that. Oh, man. So these Legend Series, man, they're just as rowdy as the boys that drive the old school schemes, the old school modified cars way back when. It is something else, my friends. What a shock. What a race here so far. It's been pretty good, too. We've had some good passes, some good moves here. And I will say, too, as well, if you hear a little bit of noise background on my end, no, it's not anything that's wrong with my mic, and no, it's not any distortion or anything like that. I have a fan blowing in my studio right now, currently here high above. There you see me. You can see me actually kind of moving this camera around up here. I've got a studio up here right now, currently. And I'm trying to stay cool. This Tennessee weather has literally starstruck me, and now I am flipping hot, man. Matthew Hoffer in the 84 right now trying to put the big red, white, and blue flames paint scheme up into the fight, into the fray. Didn't quite get a scheme out there, he said, so he just was like, I'm going to go find one. All right, he said, well, here's what he got, and right now, he's currently moving the chains on in, trying to get around the 48 at Stanley Bottle. And it's Canada Intel number 48. Keith Long in 71 right now trying to keep up the distance, keep up the chains here. Just trying to push as much momentum as he can while also trying to work in everything he can off the track. You can just see, though, how difficult it is getting for some of these drivers to actually make passes, actually make moves, because the aerodynamics of these cars on a track like this is, well, for lack of a better word, it's just ridiculous. It's pointless. It's not even worth trying to talk about. The only way you're going to win this race is if you qualify up front, use pit strategy and timing strategy, as well as find a way to get that bumper to somebody and take over their positions. It's extremely difficult to do, though. Staying in the draft's going to be one thing, but wearing and tearing your tires is a whole different story. With that said, I don't think I wouldn't mind trying to see what happens if we try to put these boys on the dirt series here with these cars. Hey, I'm just saying, I know folks don't like Bristol Dirt. I personally don't mind it. I actually liked it. I actually really like Bristol Dirt. It gives us a little bit of a unique flavor, but, and secondly, Bristol Motor Speedway isn't quite the same as it used to be, so don't come at me for that one. Although I might have to change my tune when the next gens come around, which, by the way, congratulations to the folks in NASCAR for making a really good Coke 600. Watch some of the highlights back. Pretty good race, although, kind of not really too fan of the driver that won, but that's all right. Congrats to Hamlin, I guess you could say. I'll probably get a little hate from the comment section for that one. Speaking of a little bit of hate in the comment section, looks like Dustin Sonaker is kind of having enough of this little roundabout here. He's getting a little bit furious here. Drives hard, drives in quick. He's trying to make a move. Oh, look out! Well, Khan may have found himself in the worst dilemma and gets slipped up there by Keith Long. Caution's out. We got one flying over here. Brian Culleton And that Pabst Blue Ribbon machine going flying high here at Bristol. Well, about 30 laps left to go. I have no idea what the heck happened to Con there, but all I can tell you is it got kind of ugly out there. Try to cross over Julian Condé. Well, I'm not sure if he tried to steer it in or if he literally just almost like jerked it. All I can say is that that car did not go where he was looking for. Let's take a look at the onboard camera here. Well, you can see he's still having to work that wheel quite well. I don't know, race fans. You be the call on that one. I don't know if I can really decide that one. That one's a little bit too difficult for me to really give. Alright, hold on a moment. Gotta love those Squish graphic gremlins when they pop up. Well, we'll take a quick commercial break, race fans. When we come back, more action to be had here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Today's race here for Memorial Day weekend, and our race today coverage is presented in part by PremierRacingSetups.com. The best and the brightest and the toughest setups to get. This series will make sure you got the fastest and the brightest car out on the track. Be sure to get yours today at PremierRacingSetups.com. By Accessible Racing, see, believe, and achieve. That's what we're all about, to get racing to everyone. By Six Sigma Sim Racing, high performance quality cockpits and designs made up for the finest ingredients and quality. Be sure to get yours today. By the Racing Group, all over North America, racing news and sim racing podcasts, race talks. That's what we're all about, the Racing Group. Be sure to stay tuned with us as we continue on our journey. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks out to bring the best designs in your library. So, currently, a little bit of a round out here, a little bit of a wild little race off here into the distance here. Let's take a listen in now, of course, with one of the guys that knows how to take things to a new level here. Of course, I am talking about the man in the 84, Matthew Hoffert. Hoffert coming away with a win earlier on this season. Now, guys had to flip the switch here from the plate tracks to this kind of track racing. What's going on in your mind here?
Well, it's kind of like super speedway racing with the size of the car and the size of the track. So it's so far so good. Just trying to stay out of trouble.
Staying out of trouble is easier said than done, though, with the way everything's looking out here on the track. It seems like really just getting that push is what's getting a lot of guys into trouble.
Yeah, and it with the cars being so evenly matched, you know, it's hard to pass. You know, it's hard to pass high, hard to pass low, so that makes it pretty difficult.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, as we get you back onto the track here and ready to get this one up guard, thanks for your time here, Huffer.
Appreciate it, man.
Matthew Hoffer, ladies and gentlemen, the 84, taking some time to chat with us here as the field is double filed back up for your restart zone. Looks like we're going to get the field paced around one more time here, so it'll be about 29 laps left when we get back to the green. Warren Young in a very innocuous position, though. He's going to have to try to find a way to that bottom, and he's going to need to find a way quickly down there. Back to the green. We're going to go fire him off once again here, race fans. We're back underway. And, oh, hold on. Look out. out, look out, we got trouble down here on the back straightaway here. Minute Base and Julian Conde wrecked out here on the back end. Well, I know I saw Mike Rideout in there. I couldn't tell if he was the one that did not get off the start or where that went, but we're not going to judge until we take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. This is what's going to be tricky for these guys, having to come off these starts, come off these positions, knowing good and well that it's going to be more and more difficult by the minute. Well, to be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea how the heck you call that. It looked like McRae drove up, but then right out, you can tell there was a bit of lag down there. I am so confused on that one, race fans. Take a closer look here. This is the last bit. This one I'll show you the last one of. Well, yeah, I don't even... That's probably one of the weirdest wrecks I think you'll ever see here on PTM TV. Tony Westcott coming on board saying Happy Memorial Day to all, and thank you everyone for serving this great country. Really appreciate you coming on board here, Westcott. Thanks so much for your time here, bud. It's an honor and pleasure to be able to hear from you guys, hear from the fans out there for coming on board, and it's time to take a listen to some of our other guys down there. Keith Long now joins me in the 71, and Keith, this one's been a bit of an all-over affair for you and this team, but you're still in that top 10 predicament. Maybe you could get more here if you get something going. What's the plan right now?
Been back and forth. I was up there running with the leaders. Went in for that early pit, kind of set me back. Just trying to keep up with these guys.
For sure there now. I gotta ask you too, I mean, with some of these guys coming off these starts here, do the starts seem like they're going to get a lot more difficult and tricky to work around, or do you think it's just going to be a matter of keeping yourself under control?
Just pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. Fair enough. All right. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate your time, everybody.
Thank you.
I don't think truer words have ever been said. Anyway, we're going to get the lights turned off now on the pace car, and the field is ready to get back down to it. Coming back to the green flag, 23 laps to go, we're still underway. Warren Young getting a good little jump out of the gate, trying to make some positions, make something work. Field going top side, 3 wide, salute entering into the turn. This could get rough. The old rough and tumble style racing, these 34s can get it done, and they will do it when they have to. Charge is starting to make a round on the track here right now at this moment. Guys and gals trying to find anything they can here in the last ditch efforts. Tony, I'm not even saying that on this chat, man. You can go ahead and post that, but I'm not saying nothing about that. Coming up top right now, Hoffer in the 8-4 and the 21 Robert Kahn pushing a little bit. Looks like they're trying to venture out a little bit here. You're stuck on the bottom. Sometimes you can just go up top side and make something work up there, and that could be what these drivers are after. But pushing and shoving up there is easier said than done, and it looks like even Sonaker trying to drive it up topside here, trying to get something going, make a little bit of a workaround here. Mike Rideout now moving back into the chains, back into the hunt here, looking for some momentum and some charge here. Fields it down off turn 2 though. Has got some speed, he's got some power, but he's got company right on top of his, under his tower. And it looks like that rear end too damaged up badly. It looks like that could be a bit of a factor when it comes to pushing and shoving him around. Garrett Crawford currently holding up on the bottom side there as Dustin Sonaker is trying to do maybe the most innocuous and crazy thing I've seen all day. And what? It's working! Are you kidding me? Where does this cat find the speed to do this? He did this last night at WTM Raceway, and now he's doing it at Bristol. He's driving the outside where no one else is going. He's just passing these guys like crazy. Where is Sonaker finding the speed from all of a sudden? This is wild, man. Oh my Lord, go get him, Sparky. You see if he can. He's got something down there, and it's working. Whatever he's doing, I mean, C-Speed, because honestly, I could use a little bit of that with my racing ordeal sometimes. It looks like drivers are going topside. I think they may see some momentum up there. I thought they were just going to stick to the bottom. Looks like they might be able to get something going up topside as well. Dustin's literally moved up into that 3rd spot. I think Warren Young, Crawford don't even realize he's coming for him. Sonaker has told me earlier he's trying to get a true win here on PTM Racing TV and trying to knock that old monkey off his back. He can certainly do it here if he can get around 2 drivers ahead of him. He's got the help. He's got Chantel Battle now on the outside. Dustin Sonaker, maybe the Cinderella story coming to life. This cat started back in 12th. He's moved into 3rd. He's going for 2nd and then the 1st spot if he can get it. He's got help topside. They're working with him. If this is truly how a drafter is using this track like a plate track, then this is exactly what he needed. Was just a little bit of help, a little bit more momentum. Crawdad, though, still trying not to give that up just yet. Garrett Crawford trying to hold on. Uh-oh, Sonaker a little bit too loose on the outside. He's going to get left high and dry. Chantel Ball with an impressive crossover down in turn number 4. Got a great jump on her. Unfortunately for her, though, Sonaker has regained some composure. Got a little bit of speed coming back in. These drivers are neck and neck, neither one giving out. We're down to the final 10 laps here on PTM Racing TV as we've got 10 laps to go. The power of the 50 trying to smurf his way up to the top and smurf his way into the lead. Is starting to lose just a little bit, but right now I'm actually seeing what he's up to. He's doing something these drivers aren't even thinking about. He's going top, and he's actually diamonding off the exits. That's giving him some speed, more cooked than he would get it from running the bottom where they're at. The reason they're running from the bottom where they're at is because they're trying to block, they're trying to defend. He can actually just go up top side and actually just get a little bit more speed, a little bit more momentum, and it's starting to finally kick in for him. It's working. Working again, but does he have enough to get around Crawford though? Because Crawford has been holding the bottom lane with the best of them. Chantel Powell trying to go top side before those cats behind her get up there. Or maybe trying to find a little bit more room up there as well. Looks like she does find some room up there. I'm still stunned. They are actually able to get this to work. And looking at the laps wise right now, Crawford may have made a bad position here when it came to when he went into pit road. Same thing for Warren Young. They have not been in pit road all day. That's why Dustin Sonaker and Chantel Botto are literally right behind him. Because the fresher tires, it's actually eating at them on the bottom lane. Because the outside has come into play for them. Is there enough time though? Oh, Sonaker pushing his luck, pushing his limit. We've got 5 to go. Going for everything he can, trying to find it. Warren Young, though, also looking to get around Crawford. Crawdad looking for his first win. Warren Young looking to go triplicate for the only one of the very few drivers to do it. Chantel Paulo's done it before. She hasn't been to victory lane in a long time. She'd love to change that. Colin came second last night at WT Raceway, looking to try to change that and get some luck back underneath him. We've got now 3 laps to go. It's a duel amongst these drivers here at the last Great Coliseum. Swords being thrown, shields being used, and drivers right now torturing and battering these tires like they are nothing. Dustin slightly cutting off the 5's run there. Down in the bottom lane they go. We've got 2 laps left. 2 laps to go. Chances starting to increase, starting to intensify for Crawford. He knows Warren Young, though, may go to the outside if he can. May try to make a last-ditch effort. White flag in the air, though. Last-minute chances, last-minute hopes coming up. Firing him around town. Dustin Stoneacre looks like he might have lost too much speed earlier on. Off of the final turns. Into 3 down at turn number 4. Garrett Crawford will get a win here on PTM Racing TV. His first in the Pushing Limits Racing League. What a race. And a great conclusion for some hard racing drivers here. And really, maybe the biggest win this start for Garrett C. Crawford. He had to hold back, block, defend, and watch out for that speed with fresher tires here. Dustin Stoneacre gave her everything she had, and honestly, I'll give him the A+ grade award. That man deserves some credit where credit's due. He showed he can run with the best of them, and almost outsmarted this entire field. But Garrett Crawford will hold on just long enough, and he will win here at Bristol. It's time for some burnouts. There you go, kid. Calling him a kid, yeah, he's a dad of all things. That's why they nicknamed him Crawdad. What a race. Alright, well, race fans, time to showcase your final results now on PTM Racing TV. Presented part by Successful Sim Racing. Here is the final results. And that's going to be Garrett C. Crawford walking away at last with a win. Warren Young, his streak comes to an end, but second place. Got to give the man credit where credit's due. Dustin Stoneacre goes third. The Cinderella story come to life. Chantel Bottle throws a haymaker at all of them. Goes top 5. Great showing from her. Robert Kahn, despite his little issues earlier, he manages to come away 5th. McRae goes 6th. 7 to Oric. 8 to Julian Conde. 9 to Rideout. 10 to Keith Long. That rounds out the top 10 in this one today. And now, race fans, it's that last time, it's that last thing we must do. You know what we're about to do. Let's listen to these drivers, and the first one I'm bringing in, because it's obvious enough who I was going to bring in first. Yeah, it is Dustin Stoneacre in the 50, ladies and gentlemen. Sparky, I got 2 things for you, but first off, how the heck did you get the speed on the outside of work? And second, how the heck are you even still having a heart rate when you wear up on that top end with these guys?
I tell you what, yeah, I gotta get my heart rate down a little bit. I'm really literally sweating. I don't know how I got that outside line to work, but I found something up there, and I was able to kind of pinch down on the bottom there and get a little bit of run off the outside. It just couldn't get enough to get up there to get the W. But man, that was some white knuckle racing there for those last 10, 15 laps. Holy cow!
It was indeed, and man, I'm still kind of questioning like how you're able to actually get a tire set like that actually to be working as well as you did. I know it's pretty difficult to kind of work around on some of these parts of the track. It's not on the certain angles, but I mean, it seemed like once the fresh tires came in, then it was just a matter of work this thing in as much as you could from there, right?
Yeah, pretty much. After that, I believe it was that last caution that we had when I got, well, actually, I think it was the caution I got involved in that incident with Con there. I decided to come down pit road and get those fresh tires at that point and figured I'd just go for it. And I seen a couple others stayed out, and I figured, well, I might as well try to make it work there. And I had Chantel and I had Mr. Con up there, and I believe Hoffman was up there too. We were trying to get that outside lane going, and I tell you what, it was working there for quite a while. I was impressed.
It was indeed, and extremely impressive to say the least here. So, as you come away today with a pretty darn impressive performance here, my friend, who do you want to thank you for this one?
I'd like to thank the Pushing Limits Racing League for putting on this show. I'm glad we had a little bit of change of pace there with these cars here tonight. They were a load of fun. To all our sponsors out there, I believe Six Sigma Sim Racing and High Level Racing and Lightning's Wrapz and all the other wonderful sponsors that sponsor the league, and also all the drivers out there tonight. Just a lot of respect out there tonight, and a lot of good hard racing. Just awesome racing.
Absolutely, Sparky. Congratulations, man. Long overdue to get a podium in the properest way possible, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, that 50, Sparkalicious, Dustin Sonicker comes away with this one here. We'll take a listen now, though, at your second place finisher and Warren Young. You know, the streak may have came to an end with the double, but you still pop away with a second place finish and pop away really with quite an impressive display of raw power and performance. How'd you feel out there?
Oh man, it felt good. That was a fun little race right there. These cars run them flat out and stick it to the bottom. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just pushing Garrett along there. I seriously started questioning our strategy of not pitting there with about 10 to go.
With about 10 to go, things starting to get a little bit more push to shove, push to run here, and I know it's got to be pretty difficult to really kind of look back and have to know how troublesome some of these corners were and how troublesome some of these guys were kind of giving you here, but really, I mean, long vert and end vert here, I mean, this one definitely shows you can definitely race not only the plate tracks, but you can run on some of these other tracks here with these guys, can't you?
Yeah, I feel like I've put in a lot of work and on pretty much all the tracks, and short tracks I feel really good at. Obviously super speedways I feel good at, and like Charlotte, stuff like that. I'm starting to get a lot more coming into my own, feeling a lot more comfortable, so to speak.
For sure there. Well, definitely looked a lot more comfortable and looked more the style of racing that we've seen you be able to pull off on other tracks and places before. So as you come away second today, my friend, let me ask you this. Who do you want to thank for this?
Well, first of all, I want to thank my family, my wife, my kids, my mom watching. She's religiously watching, seeing how I do. Can't thank her enough for doing that. You always putting on a great broadcast. The league sponsors, um, my team, Rack House Racing, Dark Horse Racing, um, and just everybody in here. That was fun. Garrett had a great win. He pulled it off there. That was a good win for him.
He certainly did indeed. Warren, congratulations on the second place finish, and we'll see you next time out, bud.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Warren Young, ladies and gentlemen, in that number 9 comes away second, but the man that he refers to will pop away with the win. Crawdad is going with the victory here. Garrett Crawford, man, congratulations, and whew, that was long and grueling for you, I bet, but how about it, man? You stay out where everyone goes into pit road. You had to block the bottom from Young. Then you had Sonaker giving you a little bit of a hard attack in him, too, but you hang on to it.
Yeah, man, that was a fun one. Yeah, Warren, he helped me out a lot there. He gave me a good push all the way through the whole race. He let me get down there after the first caution, and that really sealed it for us. Staying out, I questioned it the whole time, but it was the right move, and I'm glad we did it.
You definitely did indeed. You made everything work out. Maybe everything kind of come full circle. And really, with these kind of racing, this kind of hammer down stuff, man, I mean, I got to believe this is exactly what you want, and this is exactly what you needed, isn't it?
Yeah. This I've enjoyed this, and these cars were something else. It was actually the first time I've ever drove a Legends car, and had a ton of fun with it, and wasn't really sure what to expect with tonight, but glad I was a part of it, and it was a good race all around.
It was a good race all around, and really appreciate coming on board here for this one. So as you come away with a major win here and a major victory, who do you want to thank here for all this?
Man, I want to thank my family. My just like Warren, my mom watches religiously, and my grandmother passed away today, so this win was for her, and I'm glad to bring home a W for her.
You brought home a W at the most opportunistic of times, and this one, I guarantee, it means that much more here, bud. She's definitely looking on you with a big smile on your face. Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kara Crawdad there. Crawford will come away with the win, and maybe the biggest win for him in his career so far, and what a way to do it here. Race fans, thanks so much for tuning out here today. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Thank you to our great men and women out there. We cannot thank you for keeping our country as safe as can be. Thank you so much. Not gonna try to get too emotionally around TV, but I know my great grandpa's still watching out there, and I lost him back in October. And I still miss you, great grandpa. But thank you for being the Marine, that U.S. Army brat that I know you were, and thank you so much for raising me as much as you did. And I know my grandpa is currently somewhere down below me here in the studio, just watching on, listening here as a call. So, Grandpa, thank you, and thank you for your service. Everybody at home, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you again to PremierRacingSteps.com, to Accessible Racing, Six Sigma Sim Racing, The Racing Groove, and Lightning Wrapz for your support, and everyone for tuning on in. I'll catch you guys next time when we have a big race coming up. Champion Power Equipment back on the show tomorrow night.